Hey everybody, it's Zonkoku, and I know it's been a while. It has been a while. Enough of my. As I walk to the, nature center. Oh, there was a dog. Anyways, I don't know, I'm being a little silent here because of the neighborhood people. Maybe I should have waited until I got to the nature center. Oh well. Anyways, it is first day of vacation. It's a warm Sunday afternoon in the low 70s with a bit of a breeze, and I don't know how many people are going to watch this. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video about this soon. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, yeah, stuff. Let's go. Dang it. Come on. Let's switch back. There we go. Got some construction going on. Anyway, so yeah, I know that most of you who've paid attention for the last several years know that I've just been having a really bad go of it these last several years. And I guess I get to tell you another story of disappointment. So I met someone around the end of January on the god-awful dating apps, and kind of a similar thing. It was very hard to communicate on the apps. Sometimes the notifications never showed up, or show up like 2 hours after they say something. So hard to have like real conversations. However, we managed and got to the point where we decided that we were going to meet. And the first time we tried, didn't work out. Her job was crazy that day, and she didn't. Oh, there comes the wind. Wind picking up quite a bit now. So sorry. Use the best of my ability to shield the microphone, but it's probably not as effective as I want. Anyways, so the second time was more successful. We decided to have dinner at this restaurant. Happened to actually be Super Bowl Sunday. And so, since this place isn't known for having TVs and sports on, it wasn't that busy. But unfortunately, she was running late, and I always running early because I never want to be late. I think it's rude to be late, but I'm very understanding when people are late. So, but she eventually showed up, and lost my only viewer. Okay, whatever. So she eventually shows up, only about like a half hour, so it wasn't that bad. But, there was that part of me that went like, oh man, did I get stood up again, right? But she shows up, she's nice. We had a nice meal. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about our wants and expectations when it comes to dating. And it sounded like we were on the same page, that we were both looking to find our soulmates, our life partners, that we wanted to build families of our own, build lives with that person, and that we were dating with that intention, and that we were ready to have that real connection, real relationship, and not be all casual and things like that. So it's not like we're on the same page. We also absolutely hate the dating apps, the dating scene. Absolutely horrific. We traded a couple stories about just people ghosting and being immature and unreliable and stuff like that. Anyway, so we had a good meal. We talked spent maybe 3 hours there. Sort of closed down the restaurant, and then afterwards I walked her to her car. We talked for a while outside her car, even though it was kind of cold. But we finally decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna go home. It's getting cold. It's getting late. So it was nice. Had a good feeling about things. And then I was thinking of things to do. And I asked her, hey, you like bowling? She goes, oh, I love bowling. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's go bowling, Just tell me a time that's good for you. And she's like, how about tomorrow? Like, tomorrow? Wow, shoot. We're already going on a second date. It's only been 2 days. So I was quite excited. And unfortunately, it was a disaster because it ended up being a Tuesday night. And we went to a couple different bowling alleys, and I guess everyone's on leagues. I'm just like, man, how many leagues can there possibly be in this town? But apparently, a billion leagues, a billion league teams, and all that. So we ended up disappointed. We went to a little shawarma place that was across the street from the last bowling alley we tried, and had ourselves a nice little dinner. And we had a good conversation there. Once again, we closed down that restaurant, and then proceeded to talk in the parking lot by her car for a bit longer. It was actually not as cold that night as it was on the Sunday, but still, it was like, all right, it's a weeknight. We both have work to do, work in the morning. Let's go home. But it was really great. And she's like, just text me when you get home, because we decided to exchange numbers and add each other as contacts. So it was really nice. And so decided to try the bowling thing again that following Saturday, which happens to be what am I saying? Valentine's Day. So, and I was actually kind of excited because it's the first time in quite a while where I actually was able to celebrate Valentine's Day. Actually have somebody to spend time with. So I bought her a little gift, like a little stuffed little piggy, right? No, it was a cow. Little stuffed cow, and a little mini roses flower thing. It wasn't anything big. It was just a little something nice. I don't know only been in America for like 3 years. So I don't know if she's ever celebrated Valentine's Day. So this might have been the first time. So I thought, I should do something nice for her. And so we had brunch at this breakfast place. It was really nice. It was busy as heck, but she was kind of late again. And but that was good because by the time she showed up, we didn't have to wait that long. I only had to wait the long time. That's how it goes. Anyways, so we had a nice brunch. We went bowling, played several games. It was fun. She is like, hey, let's go to this outlet place. There's like an outlet mall that's kind of like, it's like a mall, but it's outdoors, so it's almost like a little town. You go in, and then it's uncovered, but you got all these kind of outlet stores in there, and it's like, let's go, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. And she bought a whole bunch of stuff, which I started to wonder, like, oh no, what have I got into? I've gotten involved with a woman who's got some expensive tastes. I don't know. She likes shopping, but it was fine. It was fine. I just wanted to be there with her, and they had some cool places that we went to also. But it started to get late, and she's like, well, I'm hungry. Let's go get some dinner. And of course, it's Valentine's Day, and unless you wanted to go to a fast food place, probably going to be very hard to get a table, or the wait would be ridiculous. So it's like, well, how about come back to my place? I wasn't necessarily expecting to get dinner, but having a roast, it's been cooking all day, should be good. And she's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, well, my house is kind of messy. I wasn't expecting anyone to come over. And she's like, oh, no, I want to see it messy. It's like, yeah, I can understand that. See me at my worst to see if they can handle that. And so we went back to my place, had dinner. She saw my movie collection. She didn't seem very impressed, but whatever. She was like, oh, there's a lot of movies, but I think she's more used to the digital streaming thing, so but it was nice. And after talking for a while, it's like, oh, I gotta drive her back to her car, where she parked at this store. And so I drive her back, and that's when she realizes that she locked her purse into her car, which had the keys to her car. And so she locked herself out of her car, and it was like, oh no, shoot. And she starts kind of like freaking out. It's like, what am I gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's like, and she's like, oh wait, I've got spare key in my apartment, so let's go to my apartment. I was like, are you sure you want, I'll know where you live, right? It's like, that's fine, it's fine. So drive over to her apartment, and it's dark, and I'm not quite familiar with the area she lives, and so she gave me a couple bad directions, and we kind of overshot it, kind of got lost a little bit, but we figured it out. Got to her apartment, and that's when she was like, oh shit, that's right, my apartment's locked and the keys are in my purse, which are in the car. And it's like, well, maybe we can go open the window, because they're like right by the window. And of course, even though that looks suspicious as heck, she was trying to open the window, but it was locked. So she's like, oh no. And I'm like, well, because you call your super for your apartment, they should have keys. It's like, oh, but they're not available. It's Saturday. They're not going to be available till Monday. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, worst case scenario, you can stay at my place. I will, sleep on the couch, whatever, But it's like, I didn't want to say that, but I was thinking in my back mind, the worst case scenario, she's not going to have to worry about, not being able to be under shelter and stuff like that. But she was like, well, maybe we can get a locksmith. And I'm like, okay, well, it's like, does your insurance have like roadside assistance? And she's like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, oh man, that's pretty. It's like, okay. So look up, find an emergency locksmith, tell him where we are. He comes over, uses the air bladders to kind of open the window a bit so that he can hit the button, gets the door unlocked. She's all like, oh, thank goodness. And he's all like, yeah, it's going to be $200. I was like, oh man. And he's like, cash. And she's like, I don't have that much money on me. It's like, oh no, what am I going to do? And I'm like, okay, hold on. It's no problem. I can pay him the $200. And it's like, I know where you live now. And she's like, I'll pay you back. I'm like, yeah, I understand. So I'm like, okay, this could be like a scam. There's a part of me that's like going like, oh, yeah, maybe this is like a very elaborate scam where she purposely, after going out once, she purposely locks her keys at her, and she works with this. But the thing is, I'm the one who looked up the number, and I'm the one who found the place and talked to the guy. So I don't know. It would be the greatest scam ever. But pay him the $200, and she starts crying, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm like, look, no, it's all right, it's okay, everything's okay. You're back in the car. It's just a situation that you can learn from. Make sure before you close your doors, make sure you got your keys and stuff like that. It's fine, and so I kind of held her, and then I kissed her because I felt like I needed to do something to kind of console her or comfort her. So I kissed her, and it wasn't like a deep kiss. It wasn't like super passionate. It was more like a comfort kiss. Hey, I'm here. We're here. Things are gonna be fine. Anyways. She gets in her car and she's like, well, text me when you get home. And I was like, okay. And I get home, I text her, and she texts me back, and everything is super fine, right? So decide, hey, there's a movie I want to see. Did you want to go see this movie with me? And she's like, yeah, sure. I would love to go see the movie. It's like, I'm like, cool, great. So, how about I stop off at your place before the movie, like a couple hours. We can hang out, play some games, and then go to the movie, have dinner. It'll be really cool. And she's like, yeah, that sounds awesome. So, the day comes, I go to her place. I text her that I'm on my way before I head over. And she's like, oh, I have to take a shower. And then, like, the door's unlocked. I'm like, oh, okay. Very trusting individual. So I go there, I knock first because I just don't, I'm not comfortable just opening the door, unless it's my brother's place. So I knock on the door, come in, hey. Then I realize she's still in the shower, so I sit on the couch respectfully and don't do anything. I told some friends this, and they're like, no man, she totally wanted you to go to the shower. I'm like, yeah, whatever, your guys' advice would get me on a registry somewhere. Anyways, So she comes out and shows me around her apartment. It's a nice, cute little apartment. Holy crap, the wind. Oh man. It really picked up. It really picked up. Right. Switch around while someone comes over. Whew. Windy. All right. Coming on across the tree here. And that wind continues. Try to go around. All right. So, at her apartment, so I brought a couple games. One of them was Sky Team. And I thought, hey, you know what? Mad Dog McCray, what's up, man? Just walking, talking, having a story about dating. Oh my goodness. Anyways, over in the nature center, it's a bit mucky, but it's fine. And it's very windy, obviously. So that's what's going on. What's up with you? All right. Back where I was. Okay, the kids. Right, not the kids, but kids. Playing a game with playing the game on a date. You know, so we played Sky Team because it's cooperative. And I thought, hey, you know, a competitive game might be a little bit much. So play a cooperative game. And she enjoyed it. You're great. That's great. It's great to hear that you're great. That makes one of us. Anyways. Geez. So we played a couple games of that. If you're not familiar with Sky Team, it's a game where you roll dice and you have to basically land a plane. And so like each round is you going down a level of height until you're at zero. So so you have to not only be able to get the plane into a position where its landing gears are down, its flaps are up, and you can break it so that you don't overshoot the runway and kill everyone. But there's also planes that are in the airspace that you have to communicate with to get out of the way. Otherwise, you crash into them, and then you kill not only everyone on board your plane, but their plane. You know, it's a fun game. And I know one of my friends is confused by how you actually play a game because it feels like his goal in playing the game is to crash the plane as spectacularly as possible. Anyways, and he has great fun just nosediving the plane. Anyways. Oh man. That wind. So we played a couple games of that, and then it's like, oh, you know, we better make our way to the movie theater. So go to the movie theater. She wanted some popcorn, so we got popcorn and drinks. Holy shit, that's expensive as hell. It's about the same price for 2 movie tickets is 2 drinks and a popcorn. So it's like, oh my god. Anyways, we watched the movie. The movie was good. It was funny. It was dark. And afterwards, she went to an ATM, withdraw some money to pay me back for the locksmith, which was real good. So it wasn't a scam. And then we went to this nice Korean place. Oh, you just subscribed. Well, thank you for the subscribe. I'm sorry that the content is slow. Oh, crap. There's that wind. Holy shit. totally better. Totally better. Okay, so where was I? Okay. Went to this Korean Japanese place, and had a great meal. It was really good food. She was very impressed by my ability to use chopsticks. I tried to teach her, but with chopsticks, it's kind of like you have to have practice. You got to practice. It's gonna be awful the first couple times, but with practice, you get good, and then it's no problem. But so I did feed her some things with the chopsticks, and it was really nice. We went back to her place afterwards, and she put on Netflix, and we Netflixed and chilled, but not in the way you guys think. Not the meme network Netflix and chilled. We actually just chilled. We watched the movie The Island. She never watched it before, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You like action films? She says action films are her favorite, so it's like, it's an action film. It's quintessentially 90s. It has Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, let's watch that. And she enjoyed that. And afterwards, well, a gentleman never tells. Gentleman never tells. So, anyways, after something, we departed, and I messaged her when I got home, and things were going great. Things were seemingly great. It was like we've been on 3 dates, and we have really good conversations, and she seems to be into me, and I'm into her, and it's like, oh man, like maybe it's it. Maybe I've turned the corner. Maybe this is the one, But I'm being very cautious, I'm not opening my heart all the way. I've learned not to fall in love. Just be smart, be cautious, be patient. Because you don't want to get too invested. So, but it was going great, and one of the things we talked about was working out and getting in shape, and she has a membership to a gym, but she hasn't been going recently because she just can't find the motivation, and I'm saying, like, hey, you know what, your gym membership has a guest pass. It's like, yeah. It's like, look, we can go together, we can motivate each other, we can be gym buddies, we can be gym partners. It'll be great. I've been meaning to get back to the gym. I used to have a gym membership a while back. So I said, like, hey, so that's something we can do. And plus, you love shopping, and I need to get, like, some workout clothes because I don't really have any. So let's say, let's go back to that outlet and go shopping for some gym clothes. And she's like, yes, that's awesome, that's perfect. It's like, great. So day number 4, shopping date. Pick her up. We go to this nice Chinese place. Honestly, I didn't realize this Chinese place served family style. So I was surprised by the huge portion. So we had a lot of leftovers, but it was still pretty good. Anyways, so had some nice Chinese food. We went to the outlet, hit the stores, and bought a whole bunch of stuff, workout shorts, some sweats, several shirts. Of course, she was like picking them up, and trail closed temporarily. And yet I see people on this trail somehow. Anyways, so after that, it's like some, you want to get some dinner and stuff like that? I was like, no, she's feeling kind of tired. She started a new medication, and it was kind of giving her some nausea. And so I'm like, I understand this. And so, be understandable. And it felt like, afterwards she was just kind of kicking me out of the house, or out of her apartment. And I'm like, so you want me to leave? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, sure, all right, we can leave. I can leave, no problem, and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of give her the benefit of the doubt, that it was just, some fatigue, and her work demands a lot from her. And she was complaining a lot about how busy she's been, and how she got moved to another office after cleaning up the office that she was in, and now she's got to clean up another office. So it's understandable. And plus the new medication, I wanted to be very understanding and supportive. But yeah, it did feel kind of like weird. So, we said goodbye, we kissed, and I left. And ever since that, the communication started to get less. Our text communication, she began to be more one note with the responses, and some of the time she would just not respond at all. And I was starting to get a sense like, something's going on, something's up. And so the next weekend, there was supposed to be this, my brother, at his church, they have a game night every month on a Friday. And I know I mentioned it to her, and she seemed excited about it. And so I said, hey, this week it's going to be that game night. And she's like, oh no, like I've got a wedding to go to. It's like, oh, it's fine, no problem. And it's like, maybe we can do something on Saturday. And she's like, yeah, sure. And so Saturday comes along, and I was like, so I'm like, so hey, you want to hang out? And she's like, well, what do you have in mind? And it's like, well, my brother and his wife are kind of interested in meeting you, and they like playing games. You like playing games, and so they're like, hey, we can play some board games. Have a cookout or whatever. They'll cook up some food, and it'll be nice. So I get no response. I wait like about half hour or so, and I go, hey, look, it's all right. We don't have to do that if you're not comfortable. It's like, maybe we can go bowling again, or just go to one of the malls, right? So I know you like shopping and stuff like that. And I get no response to that. And so, here I am Saturday, like waiting for her to like respond, to figure out if we're actually going to do anything. And hours pass, and I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And, no response. And then way into the afternoon, she's like, hey, what you doing? And I'm like, nothing. I'm playing some Magic Online Arena, but I've been kind of waiting on you to tell me if you want to do something. He's like, oh yeah, it's like a lazy day and stuff like that. I'm like, oh really? So you could have said something. You said, hey, look, I'm not up for it. And she's like, oh yeah. And so I was kind of upset, and I'm like, okay, well, fine. I guess I'll talk to you later. And then I don't text her for a couple days, because I'm just like, what's up? That was kind of rude of you. And so she doesn't do anything, and it's like, finally, fine, I will text her and, be the adult in the room. So I'm like, okay, how you doing? Can I call you? And she's like, yeah, sure. It's like, I call her. I'm like, hey, you kind of left me hanging there on Saturday. And she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, it's like, it's okay if you don't feel like doing stuff. You can just say it. But I kind of like need you to communicate with me. I need you to tell me things, right? So I'm not just like waiting on you. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, so I know that that weekend coming up was the weekend that she had to work. So I knew that we weren't gonna do anything. So she, after that weekend, she messaged me and says, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about going to the gym. And I'm like, okay, cool. Just tell me when you're gonna do it, and I will either pick you up or meet you at the gym. So I'm like, okay, cool. So like all week after work, they get, okay, is this gonna be the day? And kind of like Wednesday happens, and she's like, okay, tomorrow we're gonna go to the gym. It's like, okay, Thursday we're going to the gym. I'm like, I am prepared. I am ready. Let's go to the gym. Let's work. Plus, it's been a week and I haven't seen her. So, which way? Left or right? Left or right? No one's here watching, so we're going to the right. Anyways. So, Thursday, no word. Get out of work. Still nothing. Thursday night, it's like, okay, I guess we're not going to the gym tonight. And she's like, yeah, let's do it tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do it tomorrow. So Friday. So Friday comes, and I get out of work, and then she's like, oh man, I forgot, it's Friday, it's your guys' night, your guys are coming over, and stuff like. It's like, look, it's okay. The guys are okay with it. They realize that this is important to me, and they'll understand, and they understand, and they're cool. Let's go to the gym. And then she's like, oh, I don't want to. It's like, it's raining. It was raining pretty hard, and she's kind of like, I don't want to like go out. And it's like, okay, so it's fine. Like, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. She's like, okay. And so Saturday comes, Saturday morning, I'm like, hey, ready to go to the gym? And she's like, nope, don't want to go to the gym. It's like, okay. And then it's like, all right, did you want to hang out? Did you want to do this or this, And she kind of goes absent again. Doesn't say anything. And so like I call her up and I'm like, what's up? It's like, oh, I'm washing my hair. And it's like, okay. It's like, I'll talk to you after washing my hair. I'm like, okay. Like, I know that for women, washing hair is a big deal. Like, okay, so I'm not like. Anyways, hours pass, of course, and she's just like, I'm not feeling up to it. It's like, it's fine. And so that another week goes by, and another Saturday, another round of bad communication, her just not wanting to do anything. And I think that's Sunday, or was it still Saturday? I don't know. One of those days, it's like I decided I was going to take a walk, and she's like, "Oh, you're going to take a walk?" It's like, where at? And it's like, oh, just this nature center near my house. It's like, I'm like, why you ask? It's like, oh, maybe I'm going to join you. It's like, oh, that would be cool. That would be great. And so, about the time I'm about to leave to go to the nature center, I'm like, and she's like, no, I'm just hungry and stuff. I was like, well, I've got food. We can have some food and then walk afterwards. And she's like, no. And of course, that was the I live stream with my nephew. Hello. Sorry. Bigot. So, live streaming with my nephew and the dog, and sent her pictures, and she was like, "Oh man, I wish I would have gone." It's like, "Oh well, you didn't." And so another week passes by, another Saturday, she doesn't want to do anything, and it's like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go for another walk since you were very interested." And she's like, "Nah, I'm good." And I'm like, so at this point, I'm just kind of had it a little bit, I'm just like, oh geez. So I messaged her. It's like, am I wasting my time here? And she took exception to that. She was like, why? Because I don't want to go for a walk. It's like, and I'm saying, no. It's because it seems like you just don't want to do anything. I have seen you once in the last 3 weeks. And it was actually more like 5 weeks, but anyways, but I wasn't thinking in the actual terms. So it was like, yeah, once in 3 weeks. And you barely talk to me anymore. And what am I supposed to think? You keep kind of pseudo ghosting me, and it's just, and she doesn't respond. And I'm like, of course she doesn't respond. And a little while later, I messaged her saying, look, I'm not angry with you. I'm just frustrated. I'm really trying to build a connection, to see if that you're the one for me, to see if we can have something. And it's just like, I need to know what's going on. And oh man, that wind again. You can see the wind rippling on the waters. Just whipping around. So she finally responds. It's been a lot of things going on for her, and I understand that. There's some things that was going on I'm not telling anyone about, personal things, and I understand, and I want to be supportive, and I want to be patient, and so I've been giving her a lot of leeway, and this is the first time I've pushed back, and honestly, I've learned a lesson in my past about not communicating when I'm disappointed or upset about things, or when I feel like the communication dropped off, or things aren't going right, and I haven't pushed before. This time, I'm not making that same mistake. I'm gonna be a little more assertive and confront things. So I'm like, look, I understand things are going wrong, and things aren't the best, but it's like, look, I can help, if there's anything I can do, just tell me what I can do, and I will try my best to help you out. And if you need someone to be a distraction, I can be a distraction. I can be, the shelter from the storm. Okay, well, this is new. Direct access to that school, church complex. Anyways, we're gonna go this way. Let me be a resource for you to lean on. And I didn't really get a response from that. But then the next day, I said like good morning, and she goes, look, I understand why you think I'm wasting your time. I understand completely. I've been going through a lot of things, and I'm not in a good spot right now. And I thought I was in a relationship. I'm paraphrasing. This is not exactly what she said, but she goes, I thought I was ready for a relationship, but I realized that I'm not, and I was trying to stick it out, but I just can't do this right now. And I'm like, I respond, I understand, and I thank you for your honesty and telling me straight up. And look, I'm going to give you some time and space to get yourself right. And if you need anything from me, just ask, and I'll continue to pray for you. And then I give her a little heart emoji, and she gave me a heart emoji back. And that was the last time I talked to her. And so it's almost been 2 weeks. And you know what? Like I said, I was stepping back. I'm giving her time, but I don't expect to hear from her ever again. And I think, and this is my feelings, this is my conjecture, this is not fact, it's just what I'm figuring, is that she wasn't feeling it with me, and she tried to stick it out, but she just wasn't feeling it with me. But instead of just being direct and upfront and saying, hey, I'm just not feeling it, let's just stop, she didn't want to hurt my feelings, which I appreciate. I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate that you care enough to not want to hurt someone. But in these situations, and you need to be upfront, and you can't just ghost someone. You can't just pull away from them and just hope that they just disappear or whatever, and you don't have to have that confrontation. It was you have to be human, and you have to be considerate, and it's more considerate to be honest than it is to be well, I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I'm gonna just kind of not say anything, which is the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing to do. And so I appreciate that she was finally honest with me. And of course, it would never have happened if I did not confront her. The Rock. So if I did not confront her, it would have been a different story altogether. Who knows how long I would have been wasting my time. And the thing is, like I said, I've learned from my mistake. My mistake with the one woman from work. I did not confront her. I was not assertive enough when she started treating me bad, when she started freezing me out. I learned from that mistake. And I'm I wasn't going to let that happen again. I was going to make sure that I have it be very clear where I stand and where we stand and what we're doing here. So, but it's disappointing, of course, and it's sad, and I'm not happy with what happened, because once again, I started thinking hey, you know what? Things are turning around. I started to believe in myself. I started to have confidence. It almost looks like a pathway. That tree just. So, especially with the wind, but it's going to fall. Look, there's actually been part of a tree cracked off right there. So I got to be careful. This windy situation. as I speak, the wind creates even more. But as I was saying, that's kind of like why, the real depression quest, because this dating that I've been doing has been just nothing but depression. Nothing but like lift me up just to like drop me like a fucking rock. Get me to believe a little bit and then have the rug pulled out from under me. And sure. That's an interesting sound. I wonder if that's the sound of a tree creaking. Anyways. But that's kind of the thing. Every time I think, hey, this could be different, something, I could be building something, it seems like we're on the same page. And then, oh, shit. We're not on the same page. She thought she wanted this, but she actually wanted something else, which honestly, it just sounds more like she just didn't want a relationship with me. Some more people walking by. Head this way. Do 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 do. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of down because of that. I'm feeling back on the apps, and it's such a depressing, deflating experience to like hold a bunch of people in response, or even worse, I've watched one prostitute since then. I matched with one scammer, actually two scammers, and it's just been sad. It's just been sad because it's like no one likes me. Right? I'm not good enough. And yeah, it's just like, what do I have to do? Who do I have to be, right? Like, no one's just ever going to be genuinely interested in me, what I have to offer. There's not someone out there who loves horror movies like me. They may love horror movies way more than me. There's not someone who's going to be like, oh man, he's got this great physical media collection. Oh, I'm impressed. He's got his own house. He's got a job. He's able to pay his bills. He's not like freaking Quasimodo levels of ugly. And once again, it's one of those things that I keep saying. It's like, in concept, very in concept. A lot of people are like, man, you're such a great guy, Red. Oh. Anyways, no one's watching, so no one hit that, so that's great. It's like, you're such a great guy. It's like, I can't believe I was like, well, it's because it's a concept. concept I'm great, but in practice, in reality, I'm probably not great. I'm probably horrible. I mean, that's like when push comes to shove, and when people have to really think about whether or not, I'm that kind of guy that they want to be with. They say no. They say no. They choose a different route. And it's depressing because they never really tell me exactly why. So I'm not sure exactly what it is. I mean, I'm sure I've got a lot of things to work on. I am not super fit. There's some fucked up things. I know. I don't have the best job in the world. There's things I need to improve on, and I'm trying to work on those things, but it just seems like... The thing is, I used to think it was like, I just needed a chance. I just needed someone to give me a chance. But if I got a chance, worked together, did things, they got to know me, then, click and things will be great. I've got to realize that, no, like, I've actually been given a chance. I've been given chances before, and I've failed. I've failed those chances. I've been given opportunities to prove myself on multiple occasions, and I've failed on each of those occasions. In my life, there was only one person who her love for me was not as strong as her need for convenience. She loved me just as long as it was convenient for her. And the minute I was not convenient anymore, she left me for somebody more convenient. But I mean, she was the one who actually, wanted to be with me. She was the one who engaged me in physical contact. Hold on, more people. So I guess. It's always been like the joke that I've said when it came to her was, I didn't give her my virginity, she took it from me. It wasn't like rape, but I mean, she grabbed it. We were making out on the bed, and she started kissing me and kissing lower and lower and lower, and then took my pants off, and I'm like, oh, guess we're doing this. So anyways, good thing this is not for kids. Oh, the sun's coming out. I'm sure that's gonna make the wind even better. Hello. Alright, back into the forest, where the wind will blow and knock a tree over and end me, and you'll have seen the live stream of my demise. Well, actually, no one's watching now, so that's probably the best time for me to just get crushed by a 1,000-pound tree. Anyways, but I mean, that's why I said I knew she desired me, because she initiated a lot of stuff. But no one since has desired me, and no one since has really wanted me. They thought maybe they did, but when push comes to shove, they didn't. And that's the thing. It's like when I'm going through those profiles now, I'm like, I'm not exciting enough for this person. I'm not outdoorsy enough for this person. I'm not, you know, this or that for this person. I'm not successful enough for this person. And it's like I'll heart them, but I know she's not gonna heart me back, and it's just like, do I have to settle for someone that I'm not totally into? Is that what because the thing is, like, with her, the one I was just talking, or the one that she decided that she wasn't ready for a relationship. With her, I liked her. I mean, I still like her. I was comfortable with her. I liked talking to her. She was attractive to me. She wasn't like she's not like a model or anything, but she was pretty to me, and I felt like I could be myself with her. I felt that we had some overlapping interests, and I really thought, like, this is someone that I could build a life with. This is someone that I could, I could see myself spending a lifetime with. I love her. I'm not in love with her, but I love her. I hope the best for her. I hope she overcomes her problems, and I hope things go well for her, and I hope she finds what she's looking for. I do. I'm not mad at her. I'm glad I didn't waste any more time. I'm just sad because I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't make her comfortable. I couldn't be a person that she would be contemplating spending the rest of her life with, building a life with. I was not what she was looking for, and that's the feel bad. That's the thing. And I'm sure it's possible. It's possible that it was just all too much for her at this moment, and that one day she's gonna contact me again and say, hey, you know what, I'm ready now. I'm ready to give it a go. And it's possible. And judging by my luck with fucking dating app shit, probably I'll probably be like, okay, let's do it. But I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting that that she just wanted a way out, and she was scared to do it, and I was able to get her to the point where she could get out, and so now it's over, and it sucks. Oh man. Oh man. But yeah, it sucks. It's awful for me. I wish things were different, but they aren't. So I have to deal with that. And so I'm once again back on the apps, back on the depression quest, and it's been awful, and I've been feeling bad. Been feeling bad for a while. Why can't? Like, I don't know. I mean, I look at the people, my friends and family, they're all, married for the most part. And a lot of them are like my brother. like dated like what, 3 people maybe, I don't know, maybe 4, I don't know, and found something. It's like, I know people whose first date was the person that they married. I know a couple of people like that, you know, and it's like, oh, there's some turtles basking in the sunlight. Yeah. Zoom in on those guys. I guess I can't really zoom in that one. Oh man, there's like a whole lineup of them, like 6 or 7 on that log, and then there's like one there and one there. It is. Let's get some mutagen. Get them to be some teenage ninjas. Anyways, that is a whole bunch of them. That's cool. That's awesome. I should take a picture, but I'd have to stop streaming to take a picture. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 turtles on that one log. And then 2 other turtles further back. Oh, and another turtle there and another turtle there. So that was what, 14 turtles? Holy cow. Is there another turtle there? Sheesh. That is some craziness. Yep. Gotta get back to me. Oh, there's a turtle there. Lots of turtles. Turtles.
Yeah, so many of them.
Like there, that whole log is full of them right there.
That.
Alright. Oh man, it's been like an hour, over an hour. Should probably get back. Well, now the sun comes out. 8. Well, that's kind of cute. Guy's like, oh, I'm the swamp monster. Kids are screaming. Oh, don't go into the water though. Anyways, alas, I'll never get to be the swamp monster to my children or grandchildren or only nieces and nephews, I guess. I know, people don't like to hear depressing shit. But, I mean, God, that wind, holy crap. That thing whipping around. But I need to vent and I need to talk about it. And this is like one of my few outlets. And so I appreciate anyone who listens. I appreciate anyone who cares enough. You know, I do. You know, I just have to keep at it. It just sucks because it ruins every. Like, it ruins my motivation to make videos. It ruins my motivation to do things. Is that another person here? Hello. And I know I'm just. And I've been. I'm sure my friends are sick and tired of it. I'm sure my coworkers are also tired of it. And I'm tired of it, but it's like, some way out of this. I just don't know how. I mean, yeah, sure, I guess there's always swallowing a gun. I mean, that's one way out, but that's not really going to solve problems for the people left behind. And sure, I know my brother would be very, very, very not good with that. My father would be very, very not good with that. And maybe, I don't know. An hour, 11 minutes. Now it's time to head back to the domicile. Well, I thank you all for accompanying me. You all for putting up with my bullshit, my talk. It does make me feel better in some ways. Until I open the app again, and then it's back to no confidence. You know, I should just heart everybody, right? I should just heart everyone, and it's like swipe right on everyone, right? That's how you do it, right? It's just in the end, I'm just not good enough. I've just not been good enough. Everything. I haven't been good enough at the YouTubes. Haven't been good enough in my life. I'm just, always on the outside of the winner circle, outside of the money positions. In the competition of life, I'm not in last place. Maybe I'm even top 50, but I'm just outside of the money, and I just can't seem to find the ability to make that next step to get out into the cash, into the prize pool, I don't know. I just don't know. And that's the thing, is like everything just feels so pointless. It's like, what am I even doing? What am I even doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Put on a brave front, hide behind my mask, make sure everyone around me knows that I'm okay, even though I'm not. I'm just dying on the inside, crying on the inside, falling apart on the inside, breaking to pieces on the inside. I am wailing on the inside. Everything I can to not crack, to not show any vulnerability, to not show the pain that I'm feeling. Just hide it as much as possible. Someone once told me that I look so angry. It's like, it's not. It's not anger. It's sorrow. It's despair. It's dread. It's pain. It's agony. But that's life. Nobody wants a broken man. No one's going to come out and fix a broken man. No one's going to have sympathy for the broken man. Broken man's just got to man up. Broken man's got to fix himself. Broken man has to just get over it, stand on his feet, and soldier through. That's why the wind is blowing so hard. Broken man has to stand and face the wind. That's why so many broken men swallow those pills. That's why so many broken men choose the end. I'm not going to choose the end. Because it's the most selfish thing I could possibly do. So selfish. Leave all this wreckage behind in my wake of my selfish decision. It's just not right. Put my family through that stuff just because I'm having a rough go, just because I'm hurt, just because I'm broken. I don't need to hurt other people because I'm hurt. It's not right. It's not cool. It's not good. Maybe when most of my family is gone, it'll be a different story. And I'm truly, truly, truly alone in the depths of despair. Nobody around. Maybe. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm going to continue through the wind, through the fire, through the flames, through all the depression, through all the mess, through all the disappointment, through all the failure. I am going to continue on until life ends me. And it's gonna have to do it. That's right. One of these trees is gonna have to fall on my head. One of these power up is gonna have to go, which, honestly could happen. The minute I said that, I started looking, I'm like, oh no. Zap. I actually had a dream where I got hit by a power line. It was really surreal. Anyways, but yeah, life is the only thing that's going to take me out. I am definitely not taking myself out. So life's got to do that job. And life loves to see someone suffer and loves to twist that knife, but whatever, life, whatever. Anyways, all right, hour 20 minutes. It is now super warm in the 70s. I'm not wearing shorts because it's kind of cool with the wind, but with the sun coming out, I'm starting to sweat. Oh my goodness. See, ladies, you could be doing this on a weekly basis. Just having a nice leisurely walk with someone who cares about you, someone who's there to protect you, to give his life and his love and his everything for you, you know? You just have to want it. You just have to want it, and you have to accept it, and you have to take it. And apparently, you know, it's been said that it will take a spectacular woman to love me, and I've not met a spectacular woman yet, I guess. They've all been unremarkable. Okay, maybe that's cope, but and that's the thing, is like I don't bear them ill will. Even the one that I work with, who really done me wrong, who really screwed things up for me, emotionally and at work, and just, you know, and there's still a lot of anger there, but I don't wish her wrong. I don't wish her ill. I want her to be happy and to live a good life. And it's the same with this last woman. You know, I want her to be good. I want her to live a good life. I want her to find her happiness, her joy. But I do want them all to realize that they had a chance for something special. They had a chance for something magnificent. They had a chance for something great. They had a chance to be with me and to have my love. The greatest gift I could possibly give somebody, the greatest gift I was willing to give them. And they missed out on it. They missed out on it. They missed out on it. Their lives are not going to be as good as it could have been. Is that cope? Is that nonsense, or is that like the kind of attitude I need to have? Like, they missed out. They're the ones who lost. They lost me. I don't know. But I'm almost back home. Almost an hour and a half walking through the stuff. So I think I will end it at that. Once again, thank you all who've watched, who stuck around, which according to the viewership numbers has been nobody. And anyone who watches this after the fact, if you watch the whole thing or part of things, whatever, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support and your listening, your time, your paying attention to this old loser. Maybe if you guys stick it out with me, you'll get some good news once, maybe sometime. Who knows? It's possible. It's unlikely, but maybe. Anyways, y'all have a good day, and I will catch y'all later.